All right, welcome back to the Trading to the Promised Land YouTube channel. Today we are November 27th, 2025, and this will be a market recap. So today it was a US bank holiday. It's the American Thanksgiving. If you have watched the other videos that I released this week, you'll remember that I spoke about this throughout those videos. So we were to expect low volatility today. Aside from the bank holiday from USD, there was some yellow folder European news, some Canadian news, some Great Britain news, and some Japanese news. But the Japanese news was later in the evening, so it didn't really count for the New York session today. So really, due to the U.S. bank holiday, which again was the American Thanksgiving, there wasn't really too much participation in the markets. Although looking at financial juice, I find interesting that there was a lot of statements from Putin. So that's the Russian president, and it didn't really affect the markets too much. So Putin on Trump's Ukraine peace plan, there are no final versions. So it looks like they're still in discussions or negotiations for a peace plan for Putin. But Putin does agree that Trump's Ukraine peace plan can be used for a basis for future agreements, which is great news, to be honest. So they talk more about, strategic discussions with the U.S. and Ukraine. But as you can see, there was a lot of statements from Putin earlier on in the day. But because it's the American holiday, unfortunately, there was low participation. So I don't think these statements were reflected in price action. Maybe it'll be good for tomorrow, but tomorrow is also a shorter day in the market because it's Black Friday. So I think the markets will be closed earlier in the day tomorrow. If I remember correctly, the futures market may be closed around 1 p.m. tomorrow. So it'll be again a lower volume day. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe it'll be more reflected on Monday. Again, Monday, if you don't know, I believe Monday will be December 1st. So that's a new month as well. So we have to take that into consideration when it comes to the markets. New months, bank and institutions see things differently, especially since it's going to be the last month of the year. So something to be careful about. There's usually also a little bit lower volatility during December, some say, but there's also the Christmas rally that we can look forward to, where sometimes the markets just rally up as well. So we'll see what happens. We can only react to price action, so we'll see what December brings. But for today, let's take a look at the charts. So today kind of gave a really good lesson to people. Something that we should always remember is it's not to our advantage to trade on bank holidays. So this is yesterday. This is New York, so closer to the end of New York. We saw that it ranged quite a bit. And then here the red box was Asia session. So basically here is from 7 to 4 a.m. We saw that it continued to range within the New York PM session range. And then London session continued to range as well. So this is the 15-minute time frame, by the way. It continued to range within the same range. And then New York session, what did it do? Continued to range as well. So if you're a range bound trader, you probably made millions today because this is the environment that you love. But for most people, we may not be range bound traders or the best at trading ranges. So for some people, they probably got chopped up. They may have lost their accounts, blown their accounts. We saw a little bit of a rally in the Asia session tonight, so from 6 p.m. But now it's ranging again. So we'll see what happens. But the interesting thing is that there was a little bit of a 4-hour fair value gap that was caused yesterday, I believe, because of the New York session. Let's just go back. You see right here, created a little bit of a gap here, and it was respected again. So something that if you're not implementing in your trading analysis, you may want to look at it again, because it was hitting the midline and then bouncing back. Very wicky. That's why I say today may have chopped up a lot of people. If you're looking for direction, there was none at all. It was just ranging. But this was a specific line that, folks may have wanted to look at if you were trading today. And this yellow line, as you can see, there's a lot of activity around it, so that's why I kept it. This is the top of November 20th, the daily, where we had seen significant downtrend on that day. So I'll show it again. It was that day right here, so November 20th, where we have this huge wick and then a huge red candle. So I keep it there just for reference, but it seems like it's still holding true. There's still a significant level that we need to look at. But again, we've had lower participation in the last couple of days because of the short week and the holiday. So perhaps, Monday that won't be as significant anymore. But for now, we keep it on the chart. But like I said, today was really something that should be used as a lesson or a reminder. You don't really want to trade when the big banks and institutions are not around, because you can really cause damage to your account if you're not good at range trading. So today's going to be a short video. That's really it that I wanted to bring up. Just a reminder for some people. If it's a bank holiday, enjoy that day off if you're in the US. If you're not in the US, feel free to do something else. Or you could always look at, Forex markets as well. Because if you were trading Forex markets, perhaps the currencies could have provided opportunities. When it comes to the Magnificent Seven, it's really kind of unchanged from yesterday. We still have the same stocks that were red and the same stocks that were green. So really no change. Nasdaq was green apparently today by 0.18%. S&P 500 was green by 0.10%. I like to look at gold once in a while. Gold can provide some opportunities, but you really have to understand how to trade gold, because not a lot of people, it doesn't really move. It doesn't always move the same way as the indices. And the Dow Jones was up 0.11% as well. So that's all for today. Thank you, God, for another day, and God bless y'all. Take care.